Sign up for newsletters and alerts. Submit your news, tips or photos. 1 week has passed since the NFL's annual Black Monday firing spree, and the coaching interview carousel is still spinning.
8 teams, the Bengals, Broncos, Browns, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Dolphins, Jets and Packers, entered the offseason with a vacancy. None have made their pick yet. Here's where the head coaching interview list stands for each franchise looking for a fresh start in 2019. Bengals coach fired, Marvin Lewis, 131-122, 16 seasons. Coaches interviewed: Eric Bieniema, Chiefs offensive coordinator Hugh Jackson, former Browns head coach Vance Joseph, former Broncos head coach Bill Lazor, Bengals offensive coordinator Todd Monken, Buccaneers offensive coordinator Darren Simmons, Bengals special teams coordinator Zach Taylor, Rams quarterbacks coach Shane Waldron, Rams passing game coordinator. Analysis: 3 candidates with strong Bengals ties, Jackson, Joseph and Lazor, figure to have a strong chance to land the job. But Cincinnati is the only NFL team to interview both Taylor and Waldron from LA's innovative offensive staff, signaling a potential schematic overhaul for 31-year-old quarterback Andy Dalton.
Broncos coach fired, Vance Joseph, 11-21, 2 seasons. Coaches interviewed: Vic Fangio, Bears defensive coordinator Brian Flores, Patriots linebackers coach Mike Munchak, Steelers offensive line coach Chuck Pagano, former Colts head coach Zach Taylor, Rams quarterbacks coach. Analysis: the inclusion of Fangio, 60, Munchak, 58, and Pagano, 58, shows Denver is likely leaning toward a veteran coaching mind to contrast their fresh-faced approach with Joseph. A situation where Pagano and/or Taylor come on board as coordinators is also possible should they not become head coaches elsewhere. Browns coach fired, Hugh Jackson, 3 seasons. Coaches interviewed: Jim Caldwell, former Lions head coach Don Campbell, Saints tight ends coach Matt Eberflus, Colts defensive coordinator Brian Flores, Patriots linebackers coach Freddie Kitchens, Browns offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski, Vikings offensive coordinator Greg Williams, Browns interim head coach. Analysis: the Browns' 5-3 finish to the season after firing Jackson gives Kitchens and Williams a legitimate shot to stay on in 2019. Cleveland cast a wide net in identifying their next head coach, and with quarterback Baker Mayfield under center, this job is coveted. The Browns will likely have their top pick.
Buccaneers coach fired, Dirk Koetter, 19-29, 3 seasons. Coaches interviewed: Bruce Arians, former Cardinals head coach Eric Bieniema, Chiefs offensive coordinator George Edwards, Vikings defensive coordinator Chris Richard, Cowboys defensive backs coach.
Analysis: Arians, who retired from NFL coaching after the 2017 season in Arizona, appears to be the front-runner as an offensive guru intrigued by the potential of quarterback Jameis Winston. Richard has also received buzz as a rising defensive coaching mind.
Cardinals coach fired, Steve Wilks, 3-13, 1 season. Coaches interviewed: Jim Caldwell, former Lions coach Dan Campbell, Saints tight ends coach Adam Gase, former Dolphins head coach Zach Taylor, Rams quarterbacks coach. Analysis: Arizona has its quarterback of the future, Josh Rosen, and isn't willing to wait for wins, as noted by Wilks' short tenure. All 4 of the Cardinals interviews have offensive backgrounds. Caldwell brings the most experience at head coach, 7 seasons between the Colts, Lions, but Arizona needs inventive thinking. Dolphins coach fired, Adam Gase, 23-25, 3 seasons. Coaches interviewed: Dennis Allen, Saints defensive coordinator Eric Bieniema, Chiefs offensive coordinator Brian Flores, Patriots linebackers coach Chris Richard, Cowboys defensive backs coach. Analysis: how revealing is it that Gase has fielded several head coaching interviews since being dismissed? The Dolphins feature arguably the league's worst opening this offseason, with a litany of issues headlined by the uncertain future of quarterback Ryan Tannehill. Jets coach fired, Todd Bowles, 24-40, 4 seasons. Coaches interviewed: Eric Bieniema, Chiefs offensive coordinator Jim Caldwell, former Lions head coach Adam Gase, former Dolphins head coach Mike McCarthy, former Packers head coach Chris Richard, Cowboys defensive backs coach. Analysis: another vacancy noted by a budding star quarterback, and among this group of candidates, it appears Mike McCarthy is most suited to coach Sam Darnold. The former Packers head man has a 2011 Super Bowl ring to back up his vision to resurrect a franchise that has missed the playoffs in 8 consecutive seasons. Packers coach fired, Mike McCarthy, 125-77, 13 seasons. Coaches interviewed Jim Caldwell, former Lions head coach Dan Campbell, Saints tight ends coach Pete Carmichael, Saints offensive coordinator Brian Flores, Patriots linebackers coach Adam Gase, former Dolphins head coach Matt LaFleur, Titans offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels, Patriots offensive coordinator Todd Monken, Buccaneers offensive coordinator Chuck Pagano, former Colts head coach Joe Philbin, Packers interim head coach analysis. The Packers' decision to fire McCarthy after Week 13 allowed them to compile the most extensive candidate list.
The nightmare of Josh McDaniels' Broncos tenure still resonates here in Denver.
Someone want to give Green Bay a heads up? Yes, he's guided Patriots quarterback Tom Brady to unquestioned heights. But we've seen this movie play out before.